Hey, what's up everybody? Dylan here from Iceberg TV. Today, I've got two MVP discs that I basically have little to no experience with. I've got two of their most beefy discs on the slower side. We've got the Pyro here, which is a very popular disc in their lineup that I've just never really had one, so I've never really thrown it much. And then we also have a resistor, which again, I've probably only thrown a resistor one or two times. I do also have a glitch here. As far as the Pyros go, Power Grip just dropped the Eagle McMahon signature fission Pyros. So I'm assuming that will be a touch straighter than this. So if you want to get one, go check one of those guys out over there. These ones are from Disc Golf Deals USA. So that's that Bridge to Nowhere stamp. So if you want this specific stamp, you can get it at Disc Golf Deals. But I would like to highly encourage you to go get the Eagle McMahon signature one over at Power Grip. Use my link in the description below. We do also have a Neutron glitch with that Bridge to Nowhere stamp that we'll be messing around with today. Do one warm-up throw with the glitch, and then we'll throw the beefcakes. And that right there is why we do a nice warm-up throw. Oh, that thing is awesome. Oh yeah, that thing is super dumpy. Wow. So over the last couple months, I have been super busy. I feel like I've been pretty consistent about getting you guys most of the up-to-date information as far as the disc drops go. Haven't been doing a lot of like news and Pro Tour updates like I used to. So I definitely have plans to get back into that, but I do also plan on, within the next few weeks, dropping the first episode of my first ever podcast, which I'm really excited about. There's been a lot of groundwork laid for the podcast, and I think it's actually going to be a really good podcast. We're going to have a really good time on there. I joined a volleyball league. I'm training for a half marathon. There's been a lot of things in the work that I'm really excited about and things I'm really passionate about that are going on. And I'm excited to share with you guys, but a lot of it's just not quite ready yet. We're not quite there yet. But the next couple months are going to be really exciting here on the channel. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are currently happening and in motion that I'm excited about in my own personal life. But as far as my disc golf life goes and the YouTube channel, there's some things that I'm about to drop that I've never been involved with before. And there's a lot of things coming that I'm super excited to share with you guys. And I can't quite share all of those things with you yet, but definitely teasing the podcast. That's something that is definitely happening and definitely something I'm super excited about. I'm teaming up with one of my best friends, and I think it's just gonna be overall entertaining for you guys, fun for me to be involved with. And I think disc golf could use a little more variety in the podcast space. There's a few options for people to listen to out there, but nothing that quite scratches the itch for me. So I'm hoping there's people that feel the same way I do, and hopefully the podcast we're about to drop kind of gives you that entertainment you're looking for. That resistor is so stable. Yeah, that's a perfect forehand mid. Skip in. That's a perfect forehand mid-range. Probably, there's so many good overstable mids at the moment, but I do think that in the hand feel is certainly one of the best. I've been throwing the Spark, which is also a 6-speed. It feels quite similar to the resistor. My Spark is really beat in. It's not nearly as stable. That's kind of a slot on the forehand I'm really comfortable with. That thing is so stable. Absolutely parked. I really like the way this feels on the forehand line. Easy tap in birdie, even with the camera putt. And the only reason why I'm even sharing all this stuff with you guys, I usually don't share a lot of my personal stuff with you guys, but it just feels good to say that everything's in a good place right now. I feel like there's a lot of balance where I'm really enjoying and loving playing disc golf. But then I have the volleyball. I'm training for that half marathon to really scratch that sort of athletic and fitness itch, which is also one of my biggest passions right up there with disc golf, is health and wellness. And nothing's more important than being healthy, having a healthy body and a healthy mind. And I think that's going to continue to reflect in the content, having more fun, having more energy, being more upbeat. And that will hopefully lead to playing better out on the course. An ace would not hurt right now. Oh, the Pyro is fire. I can see why you guys like the pyro so much. So far, the glitch has been an absolute disaster thus far. There he is. Glitch guy's back. My favorite run of glitch personally is the OTB one with the scuba diver guy with the exploding head. If you haven't seen it, it's a fire stamp, but that's definitely by far my favorite glitch run. Look how stable that thing is. That thing is so beefy. Are you guys bagging your resistor? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, we've got a parked resistor right there. We've got a parked glitch right there. And that one's a little bit harder to see. We've got a parked pyro right there. It's starting to warm up a little bit here, it seems. Hole 5, my favorite hole on the course. I really don't even think I can get the resistor up there because it's so stable. I'm just gonna try and go with the super sneaky flex forehand. I mean, that's almost full power on Anheuser. We hit the last tree. It would have got pin high, but the resistors are so absurdly stable. Now we gotta go super high with the glitch. Okay, we get pin high with that. Not terrible. And then I think the pyro also need to go with the forehand just to make sure we get it. At least try to get it up there. So we put on a lot of Annie. That had no business fading out at all. It just kind of held it the whole way. So if you throw full power on a lot of Anheuser, you can get it to hold the line as well. I think that's what makes the pyro good, is it's probably a bit pushier than you would expect. You'd expect something to be an absolute meat hook, but it's got a lot more forward push than I was expecting. Hole 6, again, probably outside my range with the resistor. This thing is really stable. And where I think discs like this are really gonna come into play is going to be, a lot of people like to approach the basket with their 9 speeds, but I think the problem with 9 speeds is that when they hit, they tend to skip and get a lot of movement once they hit the ground. But if you're throwing something that's equally as stable, but significantly slower, you're gonna get a lot less action when moving into the green, which is why I've been bagging the Spark. It pretty much flies the same as my Firebird, but it comes in so much slower. And I think the resistor would fulfill that slot as well. So if I lost the Spark, I would certainly consider putting the resistor in my bag for that reason. Especially on forehands, that 6 speed just feels a lot better in the hand than like a 4 or a 5 speed, like an overstable 4 or a 5 speed. So if you have a hard time forehanding your mids and you only forehand your 9 speeds and your drivers, you could definitely forehand something like the resistor, no problem. I really think Eagle might be throwing a different run than the Eclipse, because the fact that I saw Eagle throw one and it was like a hyzer flip to turn disc, that almost doesn't seem real based on how stable that is. All right, hole 7, we'll throw the pyro here, and then we'll throw all 3 discs on the final 2 holes. I mean, the pyro's beefy in its own right, but is nowhere near as stable as the resistor. It's not even close. All right, the only way I'm reaching hole 8 with the resistor, it's too straight. We're actually gonna try the upside down resistor. I actually think it's gonna fly pretty straight as an upside down disc. Well, that's, you know, that's science for you. You make a hypothesis and you test it, and some hypotheses happen to be wrong, and that one happened to be very wrong. A little too much off-axis torque. Man, the glitch will expose you on any mistake you make. That was true when they first came out, and it's still true now. Our last hope here is the pyro. All right, hole 8's just gone bad. All right, guys, hole 9 will in fact be our last hole of the day. Perfect hole for the resistor. The Firebird would just be too fast, but then a putter isn't stable enough. So this is where the resistor comes in for that like half power chop Annie that fades through the gap and then towards the basket over to the right. is literally the perfect disc for that exact shot if you don't hit the tree. And I'll try and do the same thing with the pyro, except slightly better, but that resistor probably was the right disc. See, you can really see the difference in stability. The pyro is still stable, but not nearly as beefy as the resistor. And then I guess we'll go with the skill shot glitch just to see if it's possible. Oh, ace run. That went just right underneath the cage. That was a sick backhand. Well, all right, I guess just give you guys my thoughts on everything. I think this is an awesome disc, the resistor. It is board flat. It does not have a wide rim, and it's amazing for those little flexy forehand upshots. If you suck at forehanding your mid-ranges and your putters, I would highly recommend you get one of these. If you want this stamp, it's a Disc Golf Deals USA exclusive. But I do believe Power Grip has a nice stock of other pyros in stock. So definitely go use my link over there. Check them out. They have them on Disc Golf Deals USA, has these on glitches and a bunch of other molds. So yeah, go check those out. I'll put a link down there for this as well. And then Power Grip does have the Fission Eagle McMahon pyros in stock. I do think they have a couple other plastics, but definitely go check out the new Eagle McMahon pyro over there. Use my code at checkout so they know you came from this video. But yeah, if you want this stamp, it's Disc Golf Deals USA exclusive. Again, putting that in the link in the description below as well. But I think all the discs flew really well today. I think the pyro is something I'm gonna investigate more with because it is very overstable, but it's still very pushy. So it's like reliable, but gives good forward push, which my main mid-range right now has been this guy, the Latitude 64 Core. I think the pyro gets similar forward push to the Core, but it's just a touch more stable. And now that I look, the molds are actually not completely similar, but similar enough. They're very, very similar. This is just a bit more concave under here. That's the biggest difference. But this is basically just like a significantly more overstable version of this. So I think this is a great complement to the Core that I've been really enjoying. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching my channel. I really appreciate you guys. Stay humble, live with gratitude. I'll see you guys in the next video, and take care.